This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is his son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who grew well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, risking their life for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14, is that you got to keep your eyes on the Middle East. You must keep your eyes on the Middle East because that's where World War III is going to start. And keeping your eyes on the Middle East, I got this phrase from Apostle Tahar. I was just watching his video, the Elders and Apostles video, their camp video that they've just recently posted up. And he made a good statement, a great statement saying, you know, keep your eyes on the Middle East. And this is very true because the Middle East has to go into World War III, meaning all these nations have to, be there for the War of Armageddon. And what you see in front of your screen is just many indicators of where that's going. You're having the 1948ers and the Persians banging on each other, or the descendants of Elam and the descendants of Esau banging on each other, because the Persians, their forefathers go back to Elam, while the 1948ers, Amalek, their forefather goes back to Esau. And nothing new under the sun. These are the same spirits coming back, fighting each other, just as it was in the ancient days. You had the Persians, the Persian Mede, and then, it was the Persian Mede, and eventually the Persians came on into power. In fact, let me get that scripture just to edify that point. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 7. Here we go. Book of Daniel, chapter 7. And I'll start at 4. Actually, I'll start at 3. Now, this is the vision that Daniel received of the 4 beasts, which represent 4 different kingdoms. And 4 great beasts came up from the sea, diverse one from another. Right, and what does the sea represent? People. 4. The first was like a lion and had eagle's wings. All right, this is talking about the Babylonian Empire. I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth and made stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. Right, the pride of the Babylonians, Nebuchadnezzar. It's to a point the Lord had to humble him down and turn him to an animal. 5. And behold, another beast, a second like to a bear, and it raised up itself on one side, and it had 3 ribs in the mouth of it, between the teeth of it, and they said thus unto it, arise, devour much flesh. Right, so this bear, that's talking about, it's talking about the Medo-Persian Empire, and it raised itself on one side, meaning, the Persians ended up becoming the ruling kingdom. And where it talks about the 3 ribs, bear me one moment. I have the breakdown of that. Just go into my notes. Daniel chapter 7, verse 4. Right, and the 3 ribs represent Babylon, Lydia, and Egypt. and that's who the Persian Medes had conquered. Okay, they conquered those regions. And they so continuing on, verse 6, and this I beheld, and lo, like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl. The beast had also 4 heads, and dominion was given to it. Right, and the leopard represents the Greeks. Okay, and the 4 wings on the back of it represents the 4 generals: Licinius, Ptolemy, Seleucus, and Cassandra. Okay, those are the 4 generals. And this is history, but the reason why I'm bringing out, nothing new under the sun. These are the same spirits fighting each other, okay? And they are back again, fighting each other again. All right, the same spirits. And that's how we know, the Lord is getting these nations to fight one another, to fulfill prophecy, and to end, all right, this system, this beast system, because this beast system, all right, is wicked, and the Lord is tired of it. It's just time. So let's get into this article. Deadly drone attack on a tanker escalates. Persia, 1948ers, Amalek maritime tensions. And says, maritime tensions are escalating in the Middle East following the deadly attack on a tanker connected to a 1948er billionaire in the Arabian Sea. I got a map here. So the beef happened right here. Okay, 2 people got killed. And this is in the Middle East. Arabian Sea, Gulf of Oman, Persian Gulf. Okay, and then you got right here Syria and Iraq, which right here, all right, the Deir ez-Zor province, which the Euphrates River runs right through. This is a hotbed for these nations are at each other's throat. I've done lessons on this. Brothers have done lessons on this. You got Russia in there, China in there, okay, America, aka Babylon's in there. The 1948s are in there, okay. Many Arab nations are in there, all right. You got a lot of nations in this particular region in the Middle East, okay, here and abroad, but a lot here in the Deir ez-Zor, and it makes a lot of sense because, the Deir ez-Zor province is where the Euphrates River runs right through it. Okay? And this is how you know this World War III is going to happen. Let me get Revelation 16, and I'll start at 12. And the point is in 16. Revelation 16 and 12. And the 6th angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. Right, and clearly this is what you're seeing, all right? You're seeing that the kings of the east, the Arab nations, okay, Persia, okay, the Iranians today, Russia, China, okay, you got China in the Middle East. They just did like a deal with Iran, okay, the Persians. They're being prepared. For what? Armageddon. 13, I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon. Dragon represents Esau, Edom, okay, the so-called white man today. And the 3 frogs represent, okay, the 3 ruling cities. You got the Vatican, which represents the left-hand spiritual realm of Esau, Edom. You got London, which represents the monetary system of this beast system. That's where literally the home of the Rothschild is at. All right. And then you got DC, which is the military. Okay. Those are your 3 city states. Okay. Being governed and controlled by these Edomites. All right. And out of the mouth of the beast and out of the mouth of the false prophet. Right. And who's the false prophet? Well, the Vatican. 14, for they are spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world to gather them to the battle of that great day of the Most High power, Yahweh Almighty. Right, and that's why you see what's going on, because the Lord's working on the minds of these elites, all right, to bring all these nations into World War III, because they think in this World War III, all right, they're going to get their new world order. They have a saying with the phoenix that rises out of the ashes, okay? And so that's why they're doing what they're doing, but they're all under the commandment, under the control of the Most High Power Yahweh. Let me get that. Let's get the book of Proverbs. I'm just going with the spirit. You know, I have a couple of articles up, but hey, hey, just going with the spirit. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. There you go. So this is of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. He's controlling the minds of these elites. And these elites are moving these chess pieces around, these nations around into World War III. That's why the Middle East is the condition it's in. That's why you got to keep your eyes on the Middle East. 2, every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the hearts. That's right. Okay. 3, to do justice and judgment is more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice. Right. And that's why judgment is coming. Okay. And we hear the prophets are telling the whole world judgment is coming. Okay. That's why we're on the highways and byways. That's why we're preaching, all right, this word for all nations to hear, that you're going into this World War III. Okay. And this is what is required of us as prophets. Okay. As Israelites, all right, because this is part of our culture, heritage, to tell, okay, the world, our people, your judgment. Let's go back to Revelation 16 and 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Right, so that, hey, what you're seeing right here, man, is proof that the Lord's coming back. And he's coming as a thief, because in the middle of World War III, he's going to, okay, interject, so to say, all right, come in the middle of this World War III, and the Lord's going to clean house, man. Yahweh Shai is coming with his angels. You're going to see a big so-called UFO, which is a chariot, okay, and then you're going to see other little so-called UFOs, and they're going to be zapping and destroying the militaries of these nations, especially you Edomites, you so-called white people, okay, your military. But all you nations, okay, Iran, China, all you nations are getting it. Revelation 16:15, behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth, that's why you got to be watching the Middle East, and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. Right, so what does this mean, be watching and keeping his garments? You're supposed to be watching the prophecies, all right? You're supposed to be, okay, taking heed to the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, following the law, statutes, commandments, okay? Not going back into this world, not taking your hand off the plow, all right? Not going along with this system, especially now with this whole pandemic and all this confusion that's coming with it. You should be, okay, chanting this place down, pushing these videos out, going on the highways and byways and teaching. We're at the end. 16. And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon, or Armageddon, which means mountain of troops, okay, assembly of troops. And that's where we're coming to, man. We're coming to World War III, and you clearly see it. Look at this, okay? And then you got the 1948er news agency saying the Persian attacks provides the 1948ers with the perfect opportunity, right, to attack more, which is going to drag everyone into this war, especially the least of the flock shall draw them out. Let me get that. You Americans, you're going heavily into World War III. Jeremiah 49 and 20. Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord. Right, this is the Lord's counsel, okay? And he's using his men, all right, to tell the world that this is the Lord's counsel. All right, his words do not go out void. That he have taken against Edom, right, Edom, you so-called white people, which means you're still here today, and his purposes, that he have proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them, right? Hey, and you 1948ers, man, all right, you are going to be, you think that you're going to keep that land to yourself? No, you're going to be taken out of that land, because the Russians have had enough of you, all right? And what you're doing is you're going to cause the Russians and America to go blow to blow, and then that's the end of your statehood, all right? Your so-called statehood. And here's another thing between the Russians and America. They're literally not only in a cyber warfare with each other, not only in a propaganda warfare with each other, but they're also in a what do they call it? What do they call it? What's the word that they're using? I didn't even know there was a specific word. Let me see where it's at. Bear with me one moment. I was reading this article. I thought the wording that they used was hilarious. I'm like, I thought this isn't this y'all attacking each other? These are non-lethal weapons. Yeah, that's what they're calling it. Non-lethal weapons attacks that's supposedly the CIA and those that are in the know are claiming that the Russians are attacking the Americans, mainly in Vienna, Austria, diplomats with non-lethal weapons. They're calling it a pulse radio frequency energy. Okay? Hey, so if the Russians got this technology, that means America's got this technology. Okay? And all you clowns that got the jab, hey, this is what this may be. This is that weaponry. All right? And y'all got that jabby in you, which is now it's coming out that it may have some metals in it, some toxic metals in it that can be used if the cell phones go off. So yeah, just know the technology is real because, hey, Russians have this technology that's supposedly the CIA saying is hurting their fellow comrades. So we're getting close to World War III. All right, that's why you got to keep your eyes on the Middle East. All right, keep your eyes on the Middle East. So with that, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep enduring. Keep the faith. We're almost out here. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep going. All right. We clearly see we're at the end. These nations are about to, go into a big war, which is good because that means that salvation is near and we're going to get up out of our captivity and we're going to be in our homeland serving our power, okay, forever, all right, and being on top, okay, because, it's time, man. It's time. And for the few sisters that are watching, keep studying, keep praying. Shalom and abad rabal. Shalom.